To our viewers around the world and North America, we are back again to the PMI Platform Media International Studios. And this week, we are going to examine the Premiership again. Opone, welcome to the program. How are you today? Remember, Opone is our usual guest. Opone Yamabo will play soccer in Nigeria and played in Malaysia before coming over to Canada. And here with me in the studio, Opone, we are back to where we started last year. We are going to examine the fortunes of Arsenal Football Club of England and Arsene Wenger. Both of them go together. And we're going to talk about why is Arsenal fumbling at the middle of every season. It has become a tradition. This guy, Arsene Wenger, won the Premiership the last time in 2004 when he coached the Invisibles and never lost any game throughout the season. And ever since, the man has not agreed that he has helped Arsenal to at least qualify for the championship every year. But again, the ultimate prize is the League Cup. They are number one. Opponent, what is going on?
Thank you for having me. Let's see, always Arsenal fans will cry, oh, Arsenal, I love Arsenal, we play good football, we move football. Yes, we play good football. But without result, good football is zero. That's how I look at it. Now, Arsenal have won the trophy. They won the FA Cup in 2005, the league in 2004, FA Cup in 2005. Then they won previous to FA 14 and 15.
Yeah,
they won again.
Yeah.
But they haven't won the league
championship, which is the ultimate prize.
League championship and or the Champions League.
Yes.
So now let us see what is the problem with Arsenal. Now, when Arsenal Wenger came to Arsenal, he was brought in by David Dean, director of football. Now, at that time, he was guided by that guy who helped him in players, in recruiting players. Now, Arsene Wenger wasn't the boss at the time. So, he was answerable to someone. When David Dean left in 2007, Arsene Wenger thought that, oh, the guy that's blocking me is up, now I am the man. And since then, Arsene Wenger has been running the show in Arsenal.
Okay, opponent, you just mentioned David Dean. Yeah, he has been credited with the miracles that Arsenal achieved in the 1990s and early 2000s. I have on record here that David Dean broke the bank to bring quality players to London. And since he left 2007, what we have now, although Arsene Wenger will not agree to our argument, are average players, fringe players in the national teams of international players. Let me quickly reel out names that David Dean brought to London. In 1991, he broke the bank and brought Ian Wright from Crystal Palace for about £2.5 million. Remember that David Beckham was brought to London from Internazionale of Italy. We have in Arsenal, Patrick Vieira was brought from Juventus. Emmanuel Petit, Mark Overmars, Thierry Henry from Juventus, Davos Suker, who was the third most valuable player in the World Cup in 1996 or so. We have Robert Paris, Sol Campbell, Gilberto Gil, Gay Clichy, Kolo Toure, Cesc Fabregas, Robin Van Persie. These are quality players that David brought to Arsenal. And since he left 2007, can we remember those players that Arsene Wenger, since he took over the management and also the control of the market, the players that Arsene Wenger brought that was okay, these are solid quality players. Okay. Can we remember?
You see, when you talk about players Arsene Wenger brought,
no, David Bay brought those guys.
No.
Okay.
We want to talk about players Arsene Wenger brought.
Yes.
Remember, we say a while ago, I discussed this on this program that the Premier League is for men and not for boys.
Yeah.
You can bring in whichever player you want to bring, but if the quality of those players are not up to the level of the kind of football you want to play, it's impossible to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Okay.
Now, to me, that's the problem Arsene Wenger is having. Look, Arsene Wenger have had to work on for 10 years. It doesn't take 10 years for a young player to develop. They've had Alex Chamberlain for over 7 years. It doesn't take 7 years for a young player to develop. Sterling of Liverpool took 2 years to make Liverpool 50 million. Look at Barkley of Everton. You want to buy Barkley, you are looking at 40, 50 million. What is wrong with Arsenal?
John Stones too.
John Stones of Everton. 50 million, everybody want to pay 50 million for John Stones. Now, this is my own intake about the whole show. When Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal, the table was prepared for him. There's Tony Adams, Tim Winterborn, Martin Keown, there are good players all over. So it made life easy for him. David Seaman, goalie, he had right, everywhere, good players. You know, so he slowly then with the help of David, they started bringing in young players, bringing in players, integrating, things were going smoothly. But when David left, after Arsene Wenger felt, oh, the guy that is blocking me to do what I want to do is gone, so I have to do my stuff now. Look at the kind of players Arsene Wenger been bringing to Arsenal. Arsenal want to win the league 3 years ago. He went to Japan and brought one Hiroshi, a player that cannot even make Arsenal youth team. Pogba of Juventus and Sanogo, which are on loan right now for Arsenal to attend Ajax, they went to the World Cup in Israel.
That's the Junior World Cup.
Yeah, they were in Israel. They came back. He doesn't have the vision to see
the difference between Sanogo
and Pogba having him. Master was letting Pogba to go, and he left Pogba and went for Sanogo. Look at Pogba today. Gary Bale and Ryan Gibbs were in the same academy. He left Gary Bale and went for Gibbs. What is Arsene Wenger thinking?
Well, excuse me, is it the case or opponent? I think whatever we are giving our viewers is something that we read and what from close sources. Is it that Arsenal don't have the money to spend? Or is Arsenal's style, is Arsene Wenger's style to get cheap players, free players? His argument, opponent, don't forget, is that he said the players that are currently in Arsenal's first 11, they are national team players. Okay, let's look at the national team players in Arsenal. Koscielny is a first team player in France. So with that, he won. With that, Czech is a national team player in Czechoslovakia. With that, you can't argue against that.
Well, he just got Czech.
Bellerin is number 2. Bellerin is a free player in Spain. Agree that he's playing, but he's not a quality player to the standard of Barcelona or Real Madrid or Chelsea. Although I picked him in the first 11 of Premiership, but Bellerin is an upcoming player. Again, I guess in Arsenal, players don't grow big. He might get to a stage and get stunted. Now, in the midfield, who are those people there? Mohamed Elneny from Egypt. When teams were the market spending, breaking the bank to bring players, Arsene Wenger said there are no players in the market. And that's why he went to Basel of Switzerland to get Elneny. Is Elneny a quality player that can win Arsenal the championship or the league cup or the UEFA Cup?
Now, this is my problem with the signing of Elneny. You can sign with player one, but this is my problem with the signing of Elneny. Arsenal is in a good position to win the league this year. Because if you look at what's going on, most of the top teams are not doing so good. So, buying Elneny, you're not playing him, he's not on the bench. Why did you buy Elneny? Now he's planning for next year. I've said in this program that if you don't know where you're coming from, you cannot get to your destination. If you want to buy a player for next season, you must have a plan. Where are you right now that you want to buy a player for next season? Every year you buy a player for next season. Every year, but the last 2 years, he went to India and bought, they say India Messi. Where is India Messi? Look, Arsene Wenger is the 4th highest spending coach in Europe in the past 10 years. What have he won, Arsenal fans? What have Arsene Wenger won in the last?
It seems to me that Arsene Wenger is just making money for Arsenal. Remember that fan of Arsenal, maybe they don't realize this. They are the highest paying fans in the whole of Europe. You know that,
Yeah.
Ticket wise. And the players, he brings them cheap, and they remain in UEFA Championship qualification, make a little money from here and there, and they are not moving forward. They are not moving backwards.
They start.
Leicester City came now is about to win the English league. from nowhere. And this is a time that Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City are not doing well. So everybody gave them the chance to win this year. They're not doing anything. But again, Arsenal fans are the most loyal fans that I've ever seen because they never see any wrong with Arsene Wenger. And that's why he chose to be doing that. For 10 years, a guy has not won the championship, although I agree he won the FA Cup twice since 2004. But for other coaches like Coach Mourinho said, if other coaches have floundered the way Arsene Wenger has had, he would have been fired by now. But we're not hearing any pressure on Arsene Wenger. That's why he keep doing that, OP.
You see, I want viewers to understand something. We cannot take away from Arsene Wenger what Arsene Wenger have done for Arsenal. We appreciate it, but you see, time changes, and when time changes, you have to change your philosophy about it. Now, let me say this: Roberto Mancini came to Man City in 2 years. He won the league. He won the FA Cup. The third year, he was fired. Carlo Ancelotti came to Chelsea. He won the league, won FA Cup. Third year, was fired. Pellegrini in Man City came to Man City, won the league. Now the third year, they don't renew his contract. He's going. President Chelsea bought Gus Hiddink, came to Chelsea. He won the Europa League with Chelsea, FA Cup with Chelsea. Benitez, he came to Chelsea. He won the Europa League 6 months,
And he's gone.
What? And he's gone. What is happening? Why can't Arsenal fans think?
Yeah, just like you said, OP, he has done a lot by developing Arsenal, building Emirates Stadium, and pay all the debt. But again, when when a routine of a dance step becomes too routine-like, it gets boring. And style of Arsenal and their performance has become stunted, and I guess it's becoming boring to their fans and even to us in the studio here. And that's why we are calling him to thanks because it's our duty here to make it known to our fans. And Arsenal is not going anywhere, and they're not
So
growing.
sorry to cut. Sorry
Yes.
to cut you.
Mm.
Look, there's something Arsenal fans get to understand. Soccer is a business and is a result-oriented game. If you cannot get the result, it's okay. Look, they will appreciate you for what you've done for Arsenal. Let some other person try.
But they don't seem to be doing that because, according to what I said, Arsene Wenger is going nowhere. So Arsenal fans, sit down and bet up for the long ride. And Opone, I want to tell you for contributing again. I want to appreciate your effort for coming to the studio. With this week, we discussed Arsene Wenger and Arsenal Football Club of London, their stunted growth, their lack of quality players to make them tick, despite when others are floundering. Arsenal fans and Arsenal Football Club of England, they lost it again by our predictions. And that's why we're here and we're giving that the best shot that we can. Thank you for coming to the program. And viewers, thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you next week and good night.